Hey everyone, today we're talking about what the best time is to buy singles. Let's get into it. Just got kind of a quick video today. I know we talk a lot about buying singles and everyone should be buying singles and don't open sealed product and do all those things, crack boosters, yada yada. But today we're going to talk about when is the best time to buy a single. Basically, the general thought process is that you want to wait until the next set comes out, a couple sets come out, basically let the hype die down for a bunch of cards. This is specifically for like Commander and stuff. Basically let all the hype die down because there's so many products these days that by the time that we get to the next set or the next set after that, we've been inundated with so many spoilers, so many previews that people will have forgotten all the cards that have come out recently, even if it's in the last 6 months, and forget about them. The prices will drop, and then you can pick up your cool Commander singles for a relatively cheap price. And we see that's the case if you look at, Dustmorn came out almost end of September. Valgavoth, the big baddie of the set, was going for somewhere in that 20 to 25 range, but now you can get him for just about $17, which, it's still kind of expensive, I think, for the card, but I just mean in general, the prices have come down, the hype has died down, so you can get him for a discounted rate from if you were just to buy him right at release. Similarly, we have Maha, the Feathers Knight. This was a Bloomburrow car. I couldn't even get a hold of this one when I was just looking at vendors at DragaCon. Around release, it was going for about $14. Now you can get it for like $7, $8, so it's come down about half of its cost. Anything that's just kind of like a cool, fun piece to put in Commander decks, that's going to come down. You just got to wait a little bit. Meat Hook Massacre 2, for some reason, was going for $40. That's insane. This card was never good. Not only have people realized that, but the hype has died down too, so it's going for about $3. Fear of Missing Out, solid good card, actually popped up in January because it was seeing a lot of play in Standard. Had you checked around Foundations, it would have been a decent time to pick it up. It popped up after that, but hey, we waited another, bunch of months, so now we're about that 6-month mark out, and it's come back down again, so you can pick that up for relatively cheap. But what if you need a card like right now? You absolutely needed it, just released. The card is going to be hot, and you're going to need it for the next couple RCQs coming up. You've got just, a handful of weeks to go. For whatever reason, you need the card like right now, and we're in the pre-release season. So let's say, Tarkir Dragonstorm. Bunch of cards that obviously we've been hyped. They've been previewing stuff. They've been previewing stuff forever now. So sometimes you don't even get a sleeper hit, because Elspeth was previewed like months ago. So everyone has had time to kind of digest it and take it in and be like, oh, okay, we actually think this is a pretty good card. What do we do? When is the best time to snag it if you need it right now? This is my little tip and my little trick to help you snag some cards right when you need to get them, right on release, for hopefully a little cheaper. I'm not going to say that, the card prices won't fluctuate afterwards, but I'm going to show you exactly where the dip is so you can snag it and why it happens. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to go to TCG Player, and we're going to wait. There is, obviously, they've been pre-selling. Sellers are allowed to pre-sell. If you're of a certain tier on TCG Player, you're allowed to sell your cards before the release date. You just can't ship them until the release date happens. But there's a whole host of sellers that don't meet that threshold of, hey, they don't do enough business on TCG Player to actually pre-sell those cards, whether it's LGSs, people that have cracked some packs or opened their pre-release boosters, all that kind of stuff. A ton of people who sell on TCG Player can't actually list their cards or have their listings go live until the set actually releases. What does that mean? They still list their cards, they still put in all the pricing, but they're busy folks. They have other things to do. So let's say Ugin, they had their cards, they opened them, they listed for $30-$40. They say, okay, cool, I'm going to move on to the rest of my work, and then forget about it, and then that's what the price they listed. Let's say Ugin's pre-release price keeps going up because people are hyped about it. It goes to $60, $70, $75. Well, guess what? Well, as soon as the hour hits, when TCG Player lets the other listings go live, everyone's listing goes live, regardless of whether they have updated their price or not. So if someone was selling an Ugin for $40, $50, even though the rest of the pre-release pricing was going for like $75, all those prices are now live. It's typically live midnight the day before. So Tarkir Dragonstorm released 4/11 this month, so it released on Friday. if you were basically waiting on your computer Thursday night, it happened, I think the prices or the listings went live, at least when I was looking, because I was looking to pick up some cards on the cheap from Tarkir Dragonstorm, namely some Corey Steel Cutters, because I wanted to jam Prowess, and the card was going for about $15. Did I want to pay $15 for it? No, I definitely didn't. You know, Prowess is like a tier 2 deck in Modern, so yeah, I was kind of iffy. You know, if it was like $3 card, I was going to be super in for it. So what did I do? I waited, it was Thursday night, I think midnight Eastern, about like 12:10. All the listings went live, and I managed to snag a bunch of Corey Steel Cutters for about $2 to $3. I got a bunch of these. They're only like $2, $3. I'll show you the order now. I put all the really expensive ones in my cart, and then basically waited until I saw the listings go live. Then I just used the TCG optimizer, got them in there. It took a little finagling because there were a few other people buying them, so stores were selling out kind of quick. So you got to be on it. Basically, hit optimize. It went from like $67 down to like $15. I hit order it. No one cared. They shipped them to me. I didn't have any weird rigmarole where people are like, ooh, we're out of inventory, sorry. I'm sure you've seen the stories where someone will be like, ooh, out of stock, oh, my bad, but then they'll immediately turn around and list the same item for way, way higher because they saw what it was actually going for. None of that happened to me, luckily. I'm sure that can happen, but if you are trying to get a card that you immediately need, here, I'll show you some of these other cards. You can see Ugin, huge price drop, and then came back up, and it kind of settled a little lower. So obviously, if it's a card that you don't need right away, I don't need it right now, no big deal. I'll just wait 3 months, 6 months, whatever. But if you need it right now, you can see there was a good dip there. So if you didn't want to spend $75 and you were okay spending $55, you could have gotten, you know, if you need a play set of them for your Tron deck or whatever, you know, that's saving $20 a card. That's pretty solid. Same with Dracogenesis. It's a $20 reduction. I don't think anyone was trying to jam for a Dracogenesis. I don't think the card was that good. It's a cool, neat card. I think that's a commander card you can definitely wait on and have no big deal snagging in a few months. But if for some reason you needed a ton of them, hey, $20 reduction, that's not bad. Same with Elspeth, a little bit less of a reduction here. Elspeth ended up going up a lot, so it would have still been a decent price to lock in if you needed 4 of them. You need to play a tournament as soon as possible because you're trying to grind it up. I would recommend checking out, if you've got some extra time, you're willing to stay up a little late, trying to get it right when the TCG listings go live. That is a great way to save some money. And yeah, that's my helpful tip for the day. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. That's all I got for you today. We're potentially getting a secret layer deck at some point. We've gotten some reveals for it. I'm tracking the pricing of it. I am out of town next week, so I will try my best to get a video. If for some reason they drop the layer next week, I will try and get that video out to you regardless, but just know that I'm out of town and it may be impossible. No matter what, if I can't do a video or can't update it, I will post on my Twitter or whatever. So if you want those updates, follow me there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.